When a kid walks into a classroom, they're not just bringing their homework and a lunchbox. They're often carrying this invisible weight of their experiences from home. Today, we're going to break down a brilliantly simple system that helps schools support those students when they're facing trauma. It's called Handle with Care.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get into the unseen burden of trauma. Then, we'll look at this simple, powerful message that's at the core of this whole thing. After that, we'll see exactly how it works, who the key partners are, and finally, how you can build this safety net in your own community. Okay, so first things first, let's get to the heart of the problem here. The truth is, kids don't just leave their lives at the school door. For so many, what happens outside the classroom creates this heavy burden that really gets in the way of their ability to learn. And the scale of this, it's just staggering. I mean, look at this number. 60% of kids in the US have been exposed to violence, crime, or abuse. Think about that. That's more than half the kids in any given classroom walking in, carrying the stress of a really tough experience. And this isn't just about a kid feeling sad or distracted. It has very real, measurable effects on their academic life. We're talking lower grades, trouble with reading, missing more school, and even higher rates of suspension and dropping out. It puts up some serious walls to their success. This picture just says it all, doesn't it? Trauma can literally flip a switch in a child's brain. It puts them into fight or flight mode, making it almost impossible to focus, to manage their emotions, or to take in new information. Bottom line, they can't learn if they don't feel safe. So, we've got this huge, invisible problem affecting our schools. So what do? How can a teacher or a principal offer support when they don't even know there's a problem? Well, this is where the simple genius of the solution really shines. This is the big question, the one that Handle with Care was created to answer. What if you could give a school a quiet heads up, a way to say, hey, this student had a rough night. They might need a little extra patience today, all without ever revealing any private details of what actually happened. And this is a really important distinction to make. It's crucial to get that Handle with Care isn't about labeling a kid or diagnosing them with something. Nope, it's just a communication tool. A simple, confidential bridge between first responders and the school. And that entire bridge is built on these 3 simple words. That's it. Handle with care. That's the whole message. It's a quiet, discreet signal that a child might just need a little extra support and understanding to get through their day. Okay, so it sounds great in theory, but how does this actually work? How does this simple phrase turn into a real system that helps kids? Let's walk through the process, step by step. The whole process is so beautifully simple. It starts when law enforcement is on the scene of a traumatic event and a child is present. Then, before school starts the next day, the officer sends a confidential notice to that child's school. And that's it. The school is now ready to provide quiet, trauma-sensitive support without making a big deal out of it. And just to be crystal clear, the notification itself is super minimal, and that's on purpose to protect the child's privacy. It's just the kid's name, their age, their school, and those 3 magic words. No details about what happened, no charges, nothing. Just a simple, private heads up. Now, a system this important doesn't just happen on its own, right? Its success really hinges on this seamless partnership between a few key players in the community, all working together to protect kids. The absolute foundation of this whole thing is the partnership between law enforcement and schools. I mean, think about it. First responders are the ones who see the child in crisis, and the teachers are the ones who see that same child just a few hours later. Connecting those two is the game changer. So here's how it all breaks down. Law enforcement's job is to spot the child at the scene and send that notice. Then the school staff get the notice, they keep an eye on the student, and they're ready to offer support, maybe some extra patience or a quiet place to work. And if it seems like more help is needed, and, this is key, with parental consent, mental health partners can step in. Everyone has their own vital part to play. And I think it's really important to clear something up here. This is not about letting kids off the hook with their schoolwork. The goal isn't to lower expectations. It's about responding with empathy and understanding, creating an environment where a student can feel safe enough to get back on track and learn effectively. All right, so we get the what and the how. Let's zoom out a little bit. What does this actually look like in the real world? And more importantly, how can a community start building this kind of safety net for its own kids? First, let's just get this out of the way because it's so important. Let's be really clear about what Handle with Care is not. It's not a disciplinary flag. It's not a fast track to special ed. It's definitely not a requirement for counseling, and it is not a permanent label that follows a kid around. It's just a temporary signal to be kind and observant.
And you know what? This idea works. It got its start way back in 2013 in West Virginia. And since then, it's been so successful that it's spread to over 65 cities. And that number just keeps on growing. This is a proven model that really helps communities come together.
And really, it all comes down to this. The whole point of Handle with Care is to create a system that helps to protect children from any more trauma, to create a safe space where they can heal, and ultimately, to give them the support they need to really thrive. So after seeing how this simple, powerful system works, the question it really leaves us with is this one. Are you ready to start thinking about what it would take to protect, heal, and help children thrive in your community? And the best part is, you don't have to start from scratch. There are amazing free resources out there right now. You can get a Handle with Care action pack from Salute America, or get in touch with your local education service center, like Region 10 in Texas. The tools are there, just waiting for people who are ready to build a stronger safety net for their kids.